Have you ever woken up feeling overwhelmed, as if life is rushing past you with no sense of control? Every day, we face challenges, distractions, and negativity that pull us away from our purpose. The mind becomes cluttered, and we end up reacting to life instead of leading it. But what if you could start each day with clarity, strength, and an unshakable mindset? The Stoics believe that our thoughts shape our reality. As Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." In this video, I'll share 9 powerful Stoic affirmations you should tell yourself every morning. These principles will help you stay focused, resilient, and in control no matter what life throws at you. Are you ready to take charge of your day? Let's begin. 1. I control my mind, not outside events. Life throws curveballs when you least expect it. A rude comment. A traffic jam. A sudden change of plans. Most people get frustrated, complain, or let anger ruin their entire day. But the Stoics knew a secret: your peace isn't determined by what happens to you, but by how you respond. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about it. 2 people stuck in the same traffic jam. One is furious, cursing every red light, pounding the steering wheel. The other? Calm, using the time to reflect or listen to something inspiring. The situation is the same. The difference? One lets the world control them. The other controls their mind. Most people waste their energy stressing over things beyond their control: what others say, what might happen tomorrow, how people treat them. But what if, instead, you focused on what you can control? Your attitude. Your actions. Your mindset. That's where real power is. We often tell ourselves, "I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll be at peace when people finally treat me right." But why tie your happiness to things outside your control? What if the promotion never comes? What if people disappoint you? If your peace depends on external events, you'll always be a prisoner to them. The Stoics had a different approach: detach from the outcome. Focus on effort, not results. Do your best, but let go of the need to control everything. Epictetus put it perfectly: make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. So how do you apply this? First, when something upsets you, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this in my control? If not, let it go. Second, reframe your thinking. Instead of saying this is unfair, tell yourself this is a chance to grow. And third, train your mind daily. Read, reflect, and remind yourself of this truth: your strength is in your response, not in the circumstances. The moment you stop letting the outside world dictate your emotions, you unlock true power. You become untouchable not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. So today, remind yourself, I control my mind, not outside events. Hold on to that, and no storm will ever shake you. 2. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow. Life never goes exactly as planned. You work hard for a promotion, but they give it to someone else. You put your trust in a friend, and they betray you. You try something new, and you fail. In these moments, it's easy to feel frustrated, defeated, or even question your own worth. But the Stoics saw things differently. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, every obstacle isn't just something to endure, it's a chance to grow, to learn, to become stronger. The very thing standing in your way is the thing that will make you better. Think about it: a muscle only grows when it is strained. A mind only sharpens when it is challenged. A person only becomes wiser when they face hardship. What if, instead of seeing obstacles as setbacks, you saw them as stepping stones? Imagine a young athlete training for a marathon. Every mile is exhausting. Every run feels like a battle against fatigue and self-doubt. But with each struggle, his endurance builds. The pain doesn't mean he's failing, it means he's getting stronger. Life works the same way. Every difficulty you face is making you more resilient. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Did he see those failures as wasted time? No. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." What if you started looking at your challenges the same way? Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of feeling stuck, realize, "This is my chance to level up." So, how do you apply this in real life? First, change your perspective. When things don't go your way, remind yourself, "This is happening for me, not to me." Every difficulty contains a lesson, find it. Second, embrace discomfort. Growth never happens in your comfort zone. If something feels hard, that's a sign you're improving. Push forward, even when it's tough. Third, take action. The Stoics believed in practical wisdom. Don't just think about growth, act on it. If you fail, analyze what went wrong and try again. If you're struggling, focus on one small step forward. Next time you face an obstacle, don't run from it. Don't complain. Don't give up. Instead, smile. Because this is your moment to grow. This is the test that will make you stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever. So today, when life throws challenges your way, remind yourself, every obstacle is an opportunity to grow. And then prove it. 3. I am grateful for this moment. How often do we rush through life, always chasing the next goal, the next achievement, the next moment? We tell ourselves, "I'll be happy when I get that job. I'll feel at peace when I have more money. I'll finally relax when everything is perfect." But what if happiness isn't found in some distant future? What if it's right here, right now? The Stoics understood this deeply. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." We suffer not because we lack things, but because we fail to appreciate what we already have. We keep searching for something better, ignoring the fact that life is happening right now. Think about this: if today was your last day, would you still be worried about the little inconveniences? Would you still be upset about minor setbacks? Probably not. You'd cherish every moment, the air you breathe, the people around you, the simple joys of existence. Yet, we often live as if we have unlimited time. We complain about things that won't even matter a year from now. We take for granted what someone else is praying for. Gratitude is not just about feeling good, it's about seeing clearly. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. And when you practice gratitude, you become untouchable. Why? Because no matter what happens, you always have something to be thankful for. Imagine two people facing the same situation. One loses their job and falls into despair, feeling like life is unfair. The other sees it as a chance to start fresh, to explore new opportunities, to grow. The situation is the same, only the mindset is different. The second person practices gratitude. Instead of focusing on what's lost, they focus on what remains. Their skills, their health, their ability to adapt. Gratitude isn't about ignoring difficulties, it's about choosing where to place your attention. So how do we cultivate gratitude every day? First, pause and notice. Right now, take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs. Appreciate the simple fact that you are alive. Second, replace complaints with appreciation. Instead of saying I hate this traffic, think I'm grateful I have a car and a place to go. Instead of I have so much work to do, say I'm grateful for the opportunities one have. Third, express gratitude openly. Tell someone you appreciate them. Write down 3 things you're thankful for each morning. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Life isn't perfect, and it never will be. But you don't need a perfect life to be happy. You just need to recognize the beauty of the present moment. So today, remind yourself, I am grateful for this moment. Because this moment right here, right now is all we truly have. 4. I will not be a slave to my emotions. Anger, fear, jealousy, frustration. We've all felt these emotions take over, making us say or do things we later regret. Maybe it was an argument where you lost control. Maybe it was fear stopping you from taking a chance. Maybe it was jealousy clouding your judgment. But here's the truth, your emotions should serve you, not control you. The Stoics believed that emotional mastery was the key to freedom. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Losing control of your emotions means losing control of yourself. If anger dictates your actions, you become a puppet. If fear stops you from moving forward, you become a prisoner. If jealousy rules your thoughts, you become a slave to insecurity. The key to real power? Learning to control, not be controlled. Imagine someone insults you in public. Your first instinct is to lash out, to defend yourself. But if you react with rage, who really wins? The person who provoked you just gained control over your mind. They dictated your reaction. You didn't choose your response, your emotions did. Now imagine a different approach. You pause. You breathe. You remember, no one can make me feel anything unless I allow it. You smile and walk away, unfazed. Who's in control now? You. That's real strength, not in shouting, not in fighting, but in maintaining your inner peace no matter what happens around you. Think of a ship in a storm. The waves crash, the wind howls, but a skilled captain doesn't panic. He adjusts the sails, keeps steady, and navigates through. Your mind is that ship. Your emotions are the waves. You can't stop them, but you can learn to sail through them without being tossed around. The Stoics didn't teach emotional suppression, they taught emotional mastery. It's not about pretending you don't feel angry or afraid. It's about choosing how to respond. Feeling emotions is natural. Letting them control you is a choice. So how do you break free from emotional slavery? First, pause before reacting. When something upsets you, take a breath. Give yourself space to think before you act. Second, reframe the situation. Instead of saying this is unfair, ask what can I learn from this? Instead of thinking I can't handle this, remind yourself I've overcome worse before. Third, train your mind daily. Reflect on your emotions, study Stoic wisdom, and practice self-control in small situations. Over time, you'll build the strength to handle anything. Your emotions are powerful, but they are not your master. The moment you decide, I will not be a slave to my emotions, you take back control. You become unshakable. You become truly free. So today, when emotions rise, remind yourself, I control my emotions. They do not control me. 5. I accept that life is impermanent. Everything in life changes. People come and go. Success fades. Youth disappears. Nothing stays the same forever. And yet, most people resist this truth. We cling to things, hoping they will last forever, only to suffer when they slip away. The Stoics understood that impermanence is not something to fear, it's something to accept. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. Because when you truly understand that nothing lasts forever, you stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You stop holding grudges. You stop chasing meaningless things. Instead, you start living fully in the present. Think about the last time you felt deep sadness. Maybe you lost someone you loved. Maybe a relationship ended. Maybe a moment of happiness faded too quickly. In those moments, it's easy to feel lost, wishing things could stay the same. But ask yourself, if everything lasted forever, would you even appreciate it? If you knew you had unlimited time with someone, would you cherish every second with them? If you never had to say goodbye, would you ever truly value hello? It is because things are temporary that they are so precious. A beautiful sunset wouldn't be breathtaking if it lasted forever. A flower wouldn't be admired if it never wilted. Life is meaningful because it is fleeting. So how do you embrace impermanence instead of fearing it? First, let go of attachment. Love people, enjoy experiences, appreciate success, but do not cling to them. Understand that everything is borrowed, not owned. When something ends, accept it with grace. Second, focus on the present. The past is gone. The future is uncertain. The only thing that truly belongs to you is this moment. Enjoy it fully. As Seneca said, "While we are postponing, life speeds by." Third, find peace in change. Instead of resisting change, welcome it. See it as growth. Every ending leads to a new beginning. Instead of fearing what's next, be curious. What lesson is life teaching you now? Imagine waking up each morning with the awareness that nothing is guaranteed. Would you hold on to anger? Would you waste time on regrets? Or would you love deeper, forgive faster, and embrace life more fully? You cannot stop change. But you can choose how to respond to it. The moment you accept impermanence, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. So today, remind yourself, I accept that life is impermanent. Because once you do, you will finally start living. 6. I will act with virtue, not for approval. How often do we make decisions based on what others think? We dress a certain way to impress. We choose careers that others approve of. We hold back our opinions because we fear judgment. But here's the truth, living for the approval of others is a trap. The Stoics believe that true fulfillment comes not from seeking validation, but from living with virtue. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." If you constantly chase approval, you become a prisoner of others' opinions. You will never be free, because there will always be someone to impress, someone to please. But when you act with virtue, when you do what is right simply because it is right, you gain something much greater than approval. You gain self-respect. Think about a time when you did something just to make others happy, even though it wasn't what you truly wanted. Did it bring you peace? Or did it leave you feeling empty? Now think about a time when you stood by your principles, even when it was difficult. That is where true strength lies, not in being liked, but in being honorable. Seneca put it simply, if you live according to nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to opinion, you will never be rich. Virtue is the only thing that truly belongs to you. Money can be lost. Status can disappear. Approval fades. But character, that is yours to build. So how do you break free from the need for approval? First, define your own values. What kind of person do you want to be? What principles guide your actions? Make these the foundation of your decisions, not the opinions of others. Second, stop seeking external validation. Compliments feel good, but they should not determine your self-worth. Instead of asking what will people think, ask, is this the right thing to do? Third, practice integrity in small ways. Keep your word, even when no one is watching. Do what is right, even when it is hard. Over time, this builds a deep, unshakable confidence. When you stop living for approval, you gain something far more valuable: inner peace. You no longer fear judgment, because you know you are acting with integrity. You no longer crave recognition, because you are already proud of who you are. So today, remind yourself, I will act with virtue, not for approval. Because when you live with honor, you have nothing to prove to anyone, only to yourself. 7. I am responsible for my reactions. Life is unpredictable. People will offend you. Plans will fail. Unexpected challenges will test your patience. But here's the truth: none of these things can control you unless you allow them to. The Stoics believe that external events do not disturb us, it is our reaction to them that does. Epictetus once said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." You cannot control how others behave. You cannot control every situation. But you can control how you respond. And that is where your true power lies. Imagine someone insults you. You have two choices. You can react with anger, letting their words ruin your mood, or you can remain calm, realizing that their words have no real power over you. Most people choose the first option. They allow others to dictate their emotions. But the Stoic chooses the second. They take full responsibility for their reactions. They refuse to give anyone the power to disrupt their inner peace. Think about it: if a stranger on the street calls you a fool, does that suddenly make you one? No. The only thing that makes you a fool is reacting like one. The insult itself is powerless, it is only your reaction that gives it meaning. So how do you take control of your reactions? First, pause before responding. When something triggers you, do not react immediately. Take a breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Most of the time, it's not. Second, change your perspective. Instead of seeing difficulties as personal attacks, see them as tests of your character. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Ask, how can I grow from this? Third, train yourself daily. The more you practice self-control in small moments, like when someone cuts you off in traffic, the stronger you become in bigger moments. Self-mastery is built one choice at a time. No one can make you feel anything without your permission. No event, no insult, no setback has the power to control you unless you give it that power. So today, remind yourself, I am responsible for my reactions. Because when you own your response, you own your life. 8. I let go of what no longer serves me. We hold on to things that hurt us. Toxic relationships. Past mistakes. Regrets. Fear. The idea that we must be who we were yesterday. But here's the truth, not everything is meant to stay in your life. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If something does not serve you, let it go. Clutching onto what harms you is the root of suffering." Many of us carry burdens we no longer need. We replay past failures, cling to unhealthy relationships, and refuse to move forward because we fear change. But what happens when you refuse to let go? You trap yourself. You weigh yourself down. You prevent growth. Letting go isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It means choosing growth over attachment. Freedom over fear. Peace over unnecessary suffering. Imagine carrying a heavy bag everywhere you go. At first, it seems manageable. But over time, it drains you. It slows you down. It exhausts you. Your past regrets, old grudges, and limiting beliefs are just like that bag. The longer you carry them, the heavier they become. And the moment you drop them, you feel lighter. Free. This is what letting go feels like. Think about a friendship that no longer brings you joy, yet you hold on to it out of guilt. A job that makes you miserable, yet you stay because of fear. A mistake from years ago, yet you let it define who you are today. Why? Because we think letting go means losing something. But in reality, it means making space for something better. So how do you let go of what no longer serves you? First, identify what is holding you back. Is it a toxic relationship? A limiting belief? A painful memory? Recognizing it is the first step. Second, accept that change is natural. Nothing in life stays the same. Just as the seasons change, so must you. Holding on to the past only keeps you stuck. Third, focus on what you can control. You can't change the past, but you can change how you move forward. Instead of clinging to what was, focus on what can be. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means releasing the power that something has over you. It means choosing yourself. So today, remind yourself, I let go of what no longer serves me. Because when you do, you make room for something greater. 9. I am stronger than my circumstances. Life is unpredictable. There will be setbacks, failures, disappointments. People will betray you, opportunities will slip away, and some days will feel unbearable. But here's the truth, you are not defined by what happens to you, you are defined by how you respond. The Stoics believed that external events are beyond our control, but our inner strength is always within our power. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Difficulties do not weaken you. They reveal how strong you truly are. The greatest people in history, the ones who overcame hardship, who built legacies, who inspired generations, were not the ones who had easy lives. They were the ones who refused to let their circumstances break them. Imagine two people lose their jobs on the same day. One falls into despair, believing life is unfair, blaming others. The other takes it as a challenge, an opportunity to rebuild, to grow, to create something new. Same situation. Two completely different responses. Which one do you want to be? Circumstances are just that, circumstances. They are not your destiny. The pain you feel today is shaping you for the strength you will have tomorrow. Every setback is a lesson. Every hardship is a test. And every time you rise, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than anything life throws at you. So how do you develop this unshakable mindset? First, accept that struggle is part of life. No one escapes challenges. The Stoics believe that hardship is not something to fear, it is something to embrace, because it forges strength. Second, control your perspective. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" say, "What is this teaching me?" Every difficulty carries a lesson, find it. Third, take action. Strength is not built through words, but through action. When life knocks you down, stand up. When you face an obstacle, face it head on. Every time you refuse to quit, you grow stronger. You are not your failures. You are not your past. You are not what others say about you. You are stronger than your circumstances. So today, when life challenges you, remind yourself, I am not a victim. I am a warrior. I am stronger than my circumstances. And then, prove it. Conclusion. Every day, you have a choice. You can let life control you, or you can take control of your mind, your actions, and your destiny. The Stoics believe that true strength comes from within, not from wealth, status, or luck, but from mastering yourself. When you remind yourself of these 9 Stoic affirmations, you build resilience, clarity, and unshakable confidence. So now, ask yourself, which of these lessons will you start practicing today? If this message resonates with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, you are stronger than you think. Live with wisdom. Act with virtue. And take full control of your life.